I've seen guys tell me that I've coached and they're like, dude, I'm porn free. It's amazing. I'm like, sweet. And he's like, but I'm still masturbating, like once every couple of days. I'm like, you haven't really done the work and broken free. I'm like, it's great that you're no longer finding new images to fantasize and rehearse in your mind of porn, but you still lust and fantasize over the other ones, because the bigger issue of the heart here is the lust, not necessarily the physical act.
You like this, you like being daddy's arms with microphones. You like being a worker. You're made for the camera. Both my boys are.
Hey, this video you are about to watch is a part of a series where I show you how to quit porn the right way. So do yourself a favor, binge on all of this content, all the videos that you possibly can, because who knows, maybe if the value and the trust is built together over this journey, you'll want to jump into a community that I call Fit for Family. Or maybe you think these videos suck, and that's also fair too. But nonetheless, there's only one way for us to find out. So enough of me, let's get back to serving you and let's get back to the video. All right, let's talk about a hot take right now. Masturbation. Is it a sin? Should we do it? Can we do it? Should we not? Are we not allowed to do it? What's the real beef here? And I know that there's a lot of scholars, theologians, people with like opinions, scripturally, some where they say masturbation is 100% a sin, and then you ask them to find the scriptural verses, and there's really nothing. And then there are people who say it's not a sin, and then we're all like, but are we okay with that? So I want to come from not as a place of a theologian, not as a place of someone who's trying to educate you on doctrine, but someone who's wanting you to hear more of like the heart of God behind what I think people are getting at when they ask if they can masturbate. Because generally, I'm not hearing people ask if they can masturbate because they don't want to. People are asking if they can masturbate because they do want to. And in my opinion, it's like saying when you're dating, how far is too far? I'm like, all right, knucklehead. If you're asking that kind of question, you're clearly wanting to jump off the cliff. So what's your real heart and motive behind the question is really, really, really important. So just start thinking there. If you're saying, can I masturbate? It's probably because you want to. It's probably because you want me to say yes and have someone condone it in your life and world so you can feel better about not actually doing a lot of work and on yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like with God and dealing with your issues. So there's one story in the Bible that would merit the idea of masturbation being a sin. I'll explain it to you. It's in Genesis 38, where this man named Onan is meant to sleep with his dead brother's wife, Tamar, because he never left her an heir as an offspring for their family and her legacy and their legacy. So he was commanded, I believe by Judah, to sleep with his dead brother's wife. And it says every single time that he slept with her, he pulled out. He dropped his semen on the ground so that she never got pregnant. And it's like kind of a clutch move, but disobedience to the Lord. And you'll see right after there, it said that what Onan did in the eyes of the Lord was wicked. So he put him to death also. And there's this idea here that people say, see, that's what he did is he masturbated, and that's why God put him to death. And when you really look at the whole story, it's like, no, God didn't kill him because he masturbated. He died out of his own disobedience to the Lord. The Lord said, in this whole context, hey, your brother needs an heir to the throne. And Onan's like, I know it's not going to be my kid. I ain't doing this. It's my dead brother's wife. I'm got to sleep with her. This is weird. I mean, this is some weird Bible stuff right now, people. I'm just telling you, when people say the Bible's boring, you just got to read it. It's like, dude, there's some kinky, weird stuff going on right now. I'm just saying. And so it's not that he sinned because he masturbated and released his sperm on the ground. It's that he disobeyed and never provided an heir to the throne or legacy of Tamar and her family. That was the bigger problem, okay? So that right there would kind of be like the biggest thing that people would differentiate and argue, but away from the theology and the whole doctrine of it, I'm going to just tell you right now, man, it's unhelpful. It's unhelpful. There's things that we avoid. I've seen guys tell me that I've coached and they're like, dude, I'm porn free. It's amazing. I'm like, sweet. And he's like, but I'm still masturbating, like once every couple of days. And I'm like, you haven't really done the work and broken free. I'm like, it's great that you're no longer finding new images to fantasize and rehearse in your mind of porn, but you still lust and fantasize over the other ones, because the bigger issue of the heart here is the lust, not necessarily the physical act. So let's just say you could strip it back and you're like, well, Matt, could I masturbate and not lust? Is there a way that instead of thinking of a naked girl in a moment, I could be like tractor, 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 I don't know, and do something different where there's no lust in my heart? And in theory, yeah, you absolutely could. But, and I've actually just been blunt and transparent and honest with you, I've done that like in the past as I was trying to become porn free. I would still like masturbate, but without lust in my heart. And here's what I will say is you're running from something, okay? Like, it's not heroic. I don't know anyone who's like, dude, I masturbated twice this week, and we're like giving high fives, which would be gross and weird, but we're not like celebrating the dude who does that, because no one associates masturbation with something that's like heroic and masculine and something to be looked up to. And so if you're really wanting to become whole, really wanting to do the work and be a man, step in your masculine core with God, you got to do the work. You got to figure out what you're trying to run from and cope and numb away from. There's something that you're not wanting to feel, heal, express, and figure out when you want to go to masturbation. And again, going back to the idea of earned dopamine versus received dopamine, you're not really earning your dopamine when you just touch yourself and masturbate. You're actually circumventing an opportunity where you can learn skills of communication, learn skills in hobbies or work or things that you're interested in that can give you the same level of connection. You could call it like a cheap version, a lesser variable. I just don't think it's going to produce long-term the character that you want, because it teaches you that there's an easy way out, which there's just none of in life. It teaches you that when things get difficult to just stop, drop, and like masturbate your way out of there. And it's just not going to work. I think that when you experience fire, emotionally, mentally, you don't just stop, drop, and roll, but you stop, you get low, and you seek the Father, and with all the things that we're providing you for resources, coaching, questions, tools, and figure out, okay, what the heck am I doing here? Like, why am I wanting to do that? And so I just kind of see a correlation of masturbation with something that's unhelpful, unproductive, unconscious, where people are not being very deliberate over it, and they're using it as a means to release and expel energy, urges, because they are avoiding doing the deeper work. Again, that's what I'm going to say as a rule, as a general thumb. Just like rid that from your life fully. It's not necessary. I don't see it helping you becoming the man that you want to be. So even if it's not a sin, it's not productive. It's not serving you. It's not helping you be a better leader, a better husband, a better father. It's actually stopping your creativity from being able to find really incredible ways that you could engage with your life in. Because if life was like a pie cut into 1,000 pieces, porn and masturbation and fantasy and lust is just one of those little slivers. And really what I believe that you're doing is you're taking a creating God who loves to create. He's creative. He's an expansive. And we're made in his image. And then we're saying that out of all the slices of pie in life that we could enjoy, we go to porn or masturbation and lust and saying, forgetting all the rest. So we're actually dialing back our ability to learn skills, learn new things, do hard things, overcome challenges, and we're avoiding going and growing to like the next level that God has us in. So then we wonder why we're stuck. We're wondering why there's less favor. And it's like, dude, because you're not applying yourself to learn the acquired and needed skills to actually grow up and go into the next level and in your place and your walk with God. So hopefully that serves you. Hopefully that helps. For me, it's not a question of right or wrong or good or bad. It's really more of a question of like, what's the most supportive? And I just can't find evidence when I'm looking at the life of a man that supports him just, whacking off and masturbating a whole bunch. To me, it's not compelling to be like, dude, that's a hero. Like, that's the guy I look up to in life. I would love for you, though, within your group to like dialogue about it, talk to the people around you, even share your thoughts like with us there in the group and tell us what you think. How has that been true in your life? If you were to just say you could separate yourself from it, even build a case on why you'd believe that it would be unhelpful and unsupportive for the life you want to live to still get away with masturbation, even though you might be technically porn free or lust free. I want you to be free in every sense of the word, not feeling like a slave to anything, knowing that you can do hard things and find creative ways to learn to meet your needs with God. I love you so much. I believe in you. You got what it takes, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, real quick, if you like that video that you just saw, or if you want to see even better videos than this in a series that I made called Annihilate Porn to help guys or girls like you quit porn, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't forget any alerts, comment, like, all that jazz, and more importantly, check out the next video that's going to take you even further on the journey from where you are to where you want to be. I love you tons. I'll catch you in the next one.